We'll record. Hey guys, welcome to the Monday night team call. Is it the last Monday? Yes, last Monday in January. Can you believe it? So it's January 26th, and I just want to start the call first and congratulate Janice. She's going to Playa Mujeres. And that's so exciting. So I wanted her to just talk a little bit. We talked today about how she set, how did she do it? Like, how did she set and how did she get that done for herself? So do you want to share that, Janice?
Yeah, how I think it happened anyway. I don't know. It's kind of a I will say when I saw I told you this morning too, when I saw the little film come up at convention that was saying where the next incentive trip would be, I was sitting with Barb and we watched it and I thought, yeah, right. Okay. That's so far out of reach for me because I mean, I just didn't really even imagine that I would be doing it. I'm not really one of those that has the green light thinking and says, ooh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be there. And it wasn't until Troy did the spreadsheet and we had our Zoom call that night. Yeah. And it was kind of explained how we would earn points that I thought, I kind of had it divided down then by month, like, okay, well, this is doable. I can do it, And so the first month I was like 1 point behind, but I think it was just basically being able to divide it down and do the what ifs on the spreadsheet and know that, it's possible if I just have that goal, that monthly goal, and kind of stick to it, that it will happen. And it did. I got a little nervous a few of the months, but it came together. So I'm pretty excited.
As you should be. And one thing I want you to say too, though, is that you started right away.
I did.
You didn't wait a month or 2 months into it to start putting your intention of what you wanted to accomplish. Because if you would have fell short.
Yeah. And I mean, the first month I got going on it, but I still was 1 point shy of what I had divided it down. So then the next month I made sure, okay, I'm gonna make up for that. And I did. So then I was caught up and could just kind of stay on that consistent how many points I needed every month. And yeah, it came together. I was pretty excited when I found out last week. So
awesome. And as of right now, you're even 2 points over, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job.
Yep.
That's exciting. That's very exciting. Okay, then we're going to have Kelly unmute herself because she did a really cool health fair that she was invited to do, and she's going to share with us some of her tips that worked for her. And so if anybody else wants to do one, I think she's got quite a few, so let's hear them, girl.
Okay, so yeah, I got invited to a really big health fair, and so I was a little bit, I don't know if nervous is the word, but kind of like, how can I stand out from everyone else? Because there's going to be other people there, right? And in fact, there were lots of other people there, and they were pretty big players. So I was glad that I had put some thought into this and worked with Christy a little bit. And I also worked with Craig Chapman, who's on the Fisk team. He's not on our team, but he's on the Fisk team. He also won the Kim incentive, and he was able to make all of his connections, many of them, not all of them, but many of them through health fairs. And he was having a really good turnout with that. So I picked his brain a little bit and worked with Christy, and we got the 5 pounds of fat. So, that was a great talking point to just have people pick that up. It's something that they're like, oh my gosh. I mean, people guess that's like 55 pounds. Like, I'm not even making that up. They think it's this amazing amount of fat. And I'm like, no, it's 5. And they're like, what? I mean, because lots of people who appear healthy maybe just want to lose 5 pounds, and they're like, that's 5 pounds. So that was a great talking point. I also framed my picture and my husband's picture in 8x10s. And I'm talking like cheap frames, guys. Like I think I spent $14 on these frames.
And you posted a picture of that in Dreamweaver. So if you guys didn't see that, it is in there. She took it to the table.
Right. And then I reached out to several clients, Stephanie Mason being one of them. And I was looking for really some diversity of different types of people that have been successful with our program. So, I reached out to those folks and asked permission to use their pictures on my table at this health fair. And they all said yes, no problem. And then I did a 4x6 flyer that was kind of like a referral pad, but cheaper than the referral pads. So I put that together on PicMonkey, and it's got my picture, my husband's picture, and a couple of other people on there as well, and just has all my information on how to contact me, my website, my email address. Everything said Getting Healthy with Kelly on it. Everything. So, there was not really any plug for Take Shape for Life or Medifast or anything like that. It was just Getting Healthy with Kelly. And I also had a sign-in sheet. And so that's kind of how my table was set up. And I also did some bracelets, which I found a really great deal, and they were super cheap. But they also say gettinghealthywithkelly.com on them. And I set those out, and even if the adult doesn't wear them, maybe they give them to a kid or something like that. I found those were not as exciting as pins. Everybody wants a pin. So if you decide to do one of these, maybe thinking that along those lines, but I have no idea what pricing on those would have been. So that was kind of how my table was set up. So then I was thinking, how am I going to interact with these people? Like, I don't want them to just come by and swipe a bracelet and run off, right? Like, that's not really what I wanted. I wanted to make a connection with them. So that's where Craig really helped me out in what he was doing. He's done so many of them now. He's found a lot of things that are really working for him. And so I took my iPad with me, and I downloaded an app that would help me figure people's BMR, which is basal metabolic rate. And, I could just plug in their height, their weight, their age, and it would tell them how many calories they need to take in based on their activity level to just maintain their weight. And then I would, talk to them a little bit about some things they could do right now, like drink more water. They could lose weight by reducing their calories, increasing their activity, or doing a combination of both. And I would kind of ask them, like, do you have any health goals? And they would say, well, yeah, I need to lose 50 pounds. And I would say, well, most of my clients, and they could see my clients there on the table. I said, most of my clients see about 10 pounds a month as average. And so I would say, like if you and I started working together, let's say in February, that would be like February, March, April, May, June. Like June, maybe early July, you could be down 50 pounds. And they'd be like, no, I'm 64 years old. I can't do that. And I'm like, oh, Susan here, she's 80. And she's done great. Like, I had people on my table that kind of, I could say, yeah, I know what you're saying. I've heard that before. So just connecting with them that way. I had 31 people sign up for my newsletter on the sheet. I've got 3 that specifically want to talk, and so I'll be calling them tomorrow. And then I have phone numbers for a whole bunch of others that I'm going to just call and make sure they got my email today that I sent out. And I sent out the email to everyone just saying thank you for spending time with me at the health fair. And the other thing that I did that was really awesome, an awesome suggestion by Craig, was I had Facebook on my iPad, and I would say, because I had a column there, do you want to connect on Facebook? What's your Facebook name? And they would be like, what's this? And I was like, oh, I just love making Facebook friends. So, if anyone wants to connect on Facebook, I want to be able to find them. Do you want to connect on Facebook? And they'd be like, yeah. And I said, well, let's just do it right now, and I would pull up Facebook. I'd say, type your name in there. And they would type their name in. And I said, I sent you a friend request. Go accept that when you get home or whatever, or just, be sure you accept it. And they did. Like 10 people accepted my friend request that day. So that was exciting too, because even if we don't connect right now, I'll be posting things that they can maybe see later. So, and then I got them all in my newsletter today too.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was really a lot of fun.
Good. It looked like a lot of fun. Anybody have any questions for her about that? Clarity? Joe?
Did any of the people that came up to you, did they ever ask you anything about what the name of the program was, or what food, or what are you eating? Did they ask you about that?
Not really. I really kept it about habits. You know, I told them that I coach people a system of habits, and some of those habits include water. Some of those habits include eating every 2 to 3 hours, you know, and I would give examples of some of the habits that we coach, but I didn't have anyone specifically ask me about that. Mm-mm.
Because if she did, she could have said, yeah, it's gettinghealthywithkelly.com. Go check it out if you want to.
True.
What other programs, you say it's a health fair, was there like other health programs like, Advocare, Singular? Because you said you really wanted to stand out. I mean, how many, was a huge room full of health people?
There was like an aisle, and there were some, like Via Christi was there, City of Wichita was there, Sedgwick County was there, the YMCA was there, Genesis was there, there was Dobbs Chiropractic was there, and there were there were a lot of people.
Okay, good. Anyone else? Okay, so then the final thing, and that was just your first of, how many are you doing, girl?
4, and I was told that this was the slowest one, so I'm excited.
31 new connections is pretty exciting. So if you...
Yeah, in 3 hours, so it was fun.
Yeah. And this was through a school, and it was a contact that she knew or whatever. I don't know how that worked out. It was kind of funny, but...
Well, just to real quickly plug the connections process, I made this connection during Kim's incentive and Christy's incentive of just getting the word out. And I ran into somebody I hadn't seen in a long time. I used to volunteer with her, and I I got the word out with her. I'm still working on that. I got the word out with her, and she did not pick up the phone after I called her. She did not contact me as being interested herself. I called her, she never picked up. I called her one more time, she didn't pick up. I put her on my newsletter. Like 3 cycles later, she called me and said, hey, I've got an opportunity for you.
Booyah.
So, it works.
Awesome. Thank you. That was good stuff, girl. Okay, final thing. No questions? Okay. So the last thing I was going to do tonight was just show you about the compensation. A lot of you on here probably know that, but I'm going to tell you anyway, so that it's recorded so that other people can watch it. And I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Yes. Okay. So this is your back office. Under the it's compensation tab. There is where you can click on either look at your commission statement, or you can click on integrated compensation plan. So we're getting to the end of the month, and there's some things that I just want you to, I'm scrolling, sorry, to be aware of for yourself, and also if you have a team, just so you know where you're at. If you scroll down here to page 4, this shows you a handy dandy little chart here that my internet, I don't know if you guys can see that. So for a brand new coach, someone with less than $1,200 frontline volume, so this is someone that's not a senior coach yet, okay? Their client commissions are 15%. That's all they'll make. Unless they're certified, they can still get the 3%. So if they don't get certified, they don't get this extra 3%. But the max you can make if you're not a senior coach is 18%. Now, if you are a senior coach, you still get the 15%, If you're certified, again, you get the 3%. You'll always get the 3%. Once you're certified, you guys, you'll get it forever. You get that 3%, okay? It's totally worth the money, or you're leaving money on the table.
Hey, Christy, real quick, can you say 3% of what, or 15% of what?
Oh, good idea. 15% of your clients' orders. And your clients' orders make up your frontline volume. Okay? That is your commission for taking care of them. So once you are a senior coach, that's why we're like really like, if you're one order away, to be a senior coach, you need 5 separate ordering entities and 1,200 in frontline volume. So if you have the volume and you're short one order, you're not going to be, and you only have 4 orders, you're not going to be a senior coach. But if you got one more, you get an extra 5%. So then your commission, let's just, for the sake of this, say everybody's certified. So it's going to make it easier. So you're already certified. You'll make 23%. Okay? So that's a huge jump. It's 5 extra percent just for making senior coach. That's why when you're getting close to it and you're brand new, those of you watching this playback when you're brand new, that's why we're like, I know you don't understand. I mean, smiley face, you get your first smiley face, but you also get an extra 5%, which could mean an extra $100, couple $100. Just kind of depends on where you're at there, how many you go. Well, I should have had Troy do the math for me, so he'd have been more accurate. But and then you'll see it pays up obviously. It's all kind of every $1,200 is also a point. So you'll notice in your Office in Motion you have points. So if you get 1,200, you get 1 point. Another 1,200 would be 24. You get 2 points. Well, those are also your ranks. So this is senior coach. This is manager. This is associate director, director, and then executive director, okay? An executive director is the highest you can be without having a team. This is the highest you can do. And with that, you can make 31%. So again, I didn't add this up, but you're going to go from making like, I don't know what it is, let's just say $50 an order for your client, up to more like $100 for your client. Just because you're supporting more people, you get a higher percentage. Does that make sense? Nod. Somebody chime in. I hope so. No one's saying anything. Kelly, you unmuted. I see you.
Yes, I was just going to say it does make sense, and I'm glad that you showed how that goes up in $1,200 increments. That's helpful.
Okay, and then one other thing, and I usually post it at the end of every month too, but I think a lot of people don't still understand it, is this Health Coach consistency bonus. Once you've reached $2,000 in frontline volume, which is what, 8-9 clients, something like that. Once you reach that and you maintain at least 2,000 for 3 months in a row, at the end of those 3 months, you're going to get a $250 bonus. Okay? That's awesome, right? So if you had, or if a team member on your team, this is why you want to watch your team's back. If your team, somebody has like $1,998, you're going to want to tell them, hey, you've fallen below the red line, which is 2,000. You can't ever go below 2,000 if you want to be in this bonus. So with $2 more, this person could be in the bonus level. But if not, they drop out and they have to start over the next month. So then does that make sense? Let's stop there. Any questions on that? I can't see you all, so you'll have to just unmute and speak up. Okay. Now, if you...
Christy?
Yes.
It's Mary, sorry. And you have to keep track of those 3 months. I mean, right now, I literally had to go back to my thing to show me how many months I'd been doing this, because I can't remember if this is my month or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no flag or anything that tells you that it's your 3rd month. You really have to keep on track of that, because when I do my tracking volume for this month, I'm going to be short like $52 of $1,000 bonus. So it's like, okay, I mean, I know it and I got plenty of time to do it and it won't be an issue, but if you don't track it and keep track of it, that's $1,000. It's just poof, gone.
Exactly. Well, you'd get the 500, you just wouldn't get the 1,000. So you'd miss out on $500.
Yeah, no way.
Exactly, right? Okay. So good point. And to find that, what she's talking about, to go back and look at your previous months, you go to your reports tab in your Office in Motion, and then there is a monthly comparison report. And when you click on that, that will bring up your past months so you can actually see where you were. Good job. Thank you, Mary, for bringing that up. Okay, so then this is always, your red line is always 2,000, okay? So just know that if you ever go below 2,000, you got to start over. But if you generate an average of 4,000 in your frontline volume for 3 consecutive months, then you'll get the $500 bonus. Dang, right? So you want to make sure that you check that report so you know where you're at if you're close to this. And then also for 6,000, if you have an average of 6,000 for 3 months, like Mary was talking about, you get a $1,000 bonus. So if you had 5,000 one month, 6,000 one month, and 7,000 the next month, that would be an average of 6,000. So you would get the $1,000 bonus, even though one of those months was 5, just because it is an average. So hopefully that's clear. Any questions on that? But that's something you really want to be checking your team, if you have a team especially, your own of course, but if you have a team, like help them and watch their backs so that if they're close, that you can give them a shout, you know, and let them understand that, and so they can take care of that so they aren't leaving any money on the table. Or like with Mary, like, geez, that's a $500 mistake for $52, you know. You just don't want that to happen. So hopefully that was, the compensation plan is brilliant. It's so brilliant, it's hard to explain, but hopefully that was, you could understand what I was talking about. If not, we can discuss further too. And you guys can ask questions or ask in Dreamweavers as well. But that's what I wanted to cover tonight. Anybody have any comments, any questions, anything they want to chime in with? Yeah, Steph.
I don't understand the client support bonus. I know, like, for the first, like when you are brand new and you have to have the 5, does that keep going? I mean, I feel like I should know this now, but I don't.
Okay. So with she's talking about the client acquisition bonus. Is that correct, Stephanie? That was the first thing you were referring to?
On that first page, I understand. I think it said client support bonus, I think. I don't remember.
Okay.
The very last thing you were talking about, I understand about the consistency. It's that other one.
The monthly bonus.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So if we go back to this page, you're talking about this right here, client support? No.
Right there, the client support. Is that what that is?
Client support bonuses.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So you notice that if you're not a senior coach yet, because this is less than 1,200,
right,
you don't receive a bonus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like everyone's paid the same. We all get 15%. See how this is all the same?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's paid 15% on their support commissions, and then the certification bonus, that's the same all across the board as well. Once you're certified, you get 3%. Then these are paid monthly, and it has to do with your rank and how many clients you're supporting. So
okay,
the more clients you support, the higher your bonus goes. So if you're supporting, enough for 1,200, then you get a 5% bonus. 2,400 is 7%, all the way up to 13% for executive director. which makes your total 31%.
Okay.
Don't say okay if that doesn't make sense.
No, it does now. Yeah.
Okay. And this is not in your weekly, okay? The only thing
That's the monthly.
the only thing you get in your weekly is the 15%.
Okay.
And then
I'm with you now.
Okay, and then you get the bonus. That was a good question. And then you get the bonus on your monthly. And so when you guys are going to your commission, somebody has a walk in the background. When you're going to your when you're going to your commission statements tab, you can actually click the drop down arrow, and you can see weekly and monthly commissions. So there's two separate categories there, and then if you add those all together, like say for December, if you go back and check, you can add all your weeklies of December and then whatever monthly you made in December, and then that would be your monthly total that you made for December. So remember, there's two tabs there.
Hey, Christy, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured up the dollar amount for those monthly bonuses at each rank.
Good. Yeah. Go ahead.
So for senior coach, your monthly bonus, so you'd get paid the week that the order's processed, right? You'd get paid that 15%. And then you would get a monthly check on the 15th of the next month for whatever you did the month before. And so for senior coach, or the $1,200, it was $60.
Okay.
And for manager, it's $168 for the monthly. For associate director, it's $324. And for director, it's $528. And this is if you have the frontline volume of $4,800, not the blended path. So if you have $4,800, it's $528. And then for the 6,000 frontline volume, the monthly bonus is $780.
There you go. The more they pay you for what you do, basically. So the more people that you help, the more clients that you support, the bigger the bonus you're going to get. Obviously, right? The more people you help, the more money you're going to make. But that's just an easy way to look at it. Your bonuses go up the more people you help. So, good. Thank you, Cal, for figuring that out.
Yeah, no problem. And and I only know executive director off the top of my head, but like the whole month at 6,000, that's $1,860. For the your weeklies and your monthly combined.
And then throw your CAD bonus in there.
Or your consistency bonus, or whatever other bonus is up right then.
True. Good. So if you want to make about $2,000 a month, think about you need about 23 clients that you need to support. And if you want to make $1,000 a month, you're about half of that. So 10, 11 clients. Okay. Good. Hopefully this was helpful and didn't cause a lot of headaches when you guys are all just sitting there looking at me, but hopefully that was helpful. So yeah, so watch your own back, watch your team's back. I try to do it as well, but I'm human. Things can slip through. So if you guys are on it too, that helps a lot. So I don't want anybody to lose $500. Well, Mary left, but don't be losing $500. Holy cow. That's crazy town. So, all right. Well, that's all I got for tonight. So thank you guys for being on, and finish this month strong. If you haven't done your tracking volume, do it now. See where you're going to be. Check your monthly comparison report. Where are you in the bonuses? Make sure you know where you're at. Because if you don't have a clue where you're at, how do you know where to go, right? Okay, on that note, night, guys. See ya.